Hi guys, we're here in Germany. My name is Stefan Olschewski. Welcome to Mentalities. Good evening and welcome to Mentalities. Before we begin, I would like to ask all of you to think of an object. Just think. It can be any object, as long as you can really picture it in your mind. Any object you like. But you must be able to visualize it and maybe make a little drawing of it if you're asked to. Go ahead and think of your object now. Don't change your mind again. Keep on thinking of this very object for the rest of the show. Don't tell it to anybody, but keep this object firmly fixed in your mind. Please close your eyes now. Yes, I'm not kidding. Close your eyes. Very good. Sit straight and put your hands on the knees, on your own knees. Keep your eyes closed. Think of your object and at the count of 3, open your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Welcome to the show. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Stefan Olschewski. I'm happy you are all here. What you're about to witness tonight, most of it is based around influencing, subtle influencing, which means during the next couple of minutes I would like to try to influence you so you do exactly what I want you to do without even noticing. This is a technique I've learned from my wife. And let me just show you what I mean. Just a little experiment in influencing. I would like 2 people from the audience to help me for this experiment. It's pretty easy to do. So maybe have some house lights, please. This guy here, would you mind helping me just for a second? Get yourself a girl and together come up on stage, please. So just pick anyone you like. Would you like to join me on stage? Yes, very good. Give them a big hand. Hello. Nice to meet you. Your name is?
Tina.
Tina. Sorry, to my right. I'm sorry. There you are. And you are?
Christoph.
Christoph, to my left, please. Very good. Now, a little experiment in influencing. It's very easy. I would like to try to influence your choices. And the choice is very simple. You need to choose one of these 3 envelopes. They basically look the same except for these symbols on the front. These are so-called ESP symbols. ESP is short for extrasensory perception. And these symbols were used by Professor Ryan at Duke University back in the 1950s to prove apparently psychic powers without success. But still, these these symbols are quite familiar, and these are used just to make them distinguishable. So, ladies first, Tina, I would like you to choose one of these envelopes. And one more thing, they are not sealed inside. You can simply reach in. There's only one single piece of paper, you see? These are important. These are predictions, because I think I was able to foresee the choices you're going to make right now. Now, when I snap my fingers, I would like you to take one of these 3 envelopes, the envelope you would like to keep for yourself. Okay? So it's really, the choice is really up to you. Just go for the one that sort of sticks out to you. No, sorry, just kidding. I mean, you can take the one in the middle, but you needn't. You can't take either one. Yeah. But maybe now you may be thinking, maybe he wants me to take the one in the middle because he emphasized it that much, and because he actually has it sticking out a little bit, and because I always said you can choose the one in the middle. Now, if you are suggestible, you might really go for this, but I don't think you are. So what if I thought along those lines, and I really know what you're thinking, and maybe you're thinking, why should I go for this one? Because he wants me to choose this one, so I go for another one instead. But what if I could foresee that you were thinking along these lines? That's something to remember to think about, right? So it all depends on what you think. I think you're thinking. But I don't want to influence you at all. Good. No, you needn't choose the one in the middle, which would be the circle. You can choose either one. Doesn't really matter. You could also have this one, right here. Let's do it a little differently. You can have these, and the choice is really left to you. So just take them in your hand. Yes, hold the end, very good, like this. Good. And when I snap my fingers, you simply take out the one you would like to keep for yourself, okay? Just give it a try, angle them a bit like this. Triangle them, okay? Very good. And, well, you needn't go for the triangle because I just said triangle. You can also choose the one in the middle. But the choice is really up to you. But I really cross my fingers you choose the right envelope. It's your choice. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, go. The cross. Thank you so much. Okay. Now we have a 50-50 chance. That makes it easier for me, Christoph. This time I'm not going to help you, and I'm not going to influence you. I'm not going to do anything. I just snap my fingers. You take the one that you would like to keep for yourself. Here we go. The circle. Now, you might think, what would have happened if I had the chance to switch and to change my mind in the last second? Now, I would like to give you that chance. So, if you are happy, you can keep the cross, but you can switch for my envelope. Would you like to switch?
No.
Are you happy? Would you like to switch for Christoph's?
No.
No. Christoph, are you happy with your circle, or would you like Tina's envelope?
I'm happy with my circle.
You're happy with would you like anything else from Tina? Would you like to switch for my triangle? No, you're happy. Okay. And still, I was able to influence your choices. And as I said before, inside of these envelopes, you can simply reach in and pull it out. Ladies first, please take it out. Just take out the prediction and read out what it says loudly to all the ones.
I will choose the cross.
I will choose the cross, and that's what she did. Amazing! But wait, it even gets worse. It even gets better, because inside of your envelope, and it was a free choice, right?
Yes.
The circle. In the circle, there is another prediction. Please take it out. Just reach in, take it out, like that. Very good. And read it out.
I will choose the circle.
Fantastic! But you know, inside of my envelope, there's also a prediction, and I want you to have this. Hold this in your hand. And this one reads a little bit differently. And please hold up your envelopes like this, so they can see the symbols. Just turn it over. Very good. So you chose the cross. You chose the circle, and you left me with a triangle. Please read out loud what it says.
The woman will choose the cross.
That's what she did.
The man will choose the circle.
Correct.
And Stefan will be left with a triangle.
That's exactly what you did. Thank you so much. Get back to your seat. Thanks, Tina. Thank you so much. Give her a big hand. Every one of you is thinking of an object, correct? Yes, very good. And I would like to propose a little game. And most of you will know this game. The game is called Hangman. Hangman, you know, where you draw a figure of a hangman, of a stick man that's hanging from a bar. And the idea is that my job is to ask some questions, which can either be answered by yes or no. And for every no question, I have to draw another line to the drawing. And if the stick man is finished before I reveal the object, I lose. As easy as that. So I need 4 of you to help me out with this. Please put your hands up if you understand English. Very good. May I ask you, please, and the person next to you, would you mind? And the 2 of you, please help me. Yes, very good. Come up on stage. Hello.
Hi, Clemens.
Stand up, stand here. Robert, to this side. Very good. Your name is?
Hi,
Sven,
Sven.
to this side, please. And you are?
Simon.
Sorry?
Simon.
Simon, very good. Just yes, please remain standing.
Okay.
Very good. Now, you are thinking of an object, each and every one of you. And I would like you, just in case, so we have a way of proof later on, that you would please just write down your object here, big and bold. When you finish, don't let anyone see it, but pass the pen and the card on to Robert, was it, right? Yes. To Robert. And you write down your object as well, and so on and so forth. And when you're finished, you simply take the card, writing side down, and hold it on your palm. So no one can see it, especially not me. Ready? You make sure I'm not watching. So the game again, just in case you forget, is Hangman. So we have this one here, this bar, like that. And I can tell you that I practiced this quite a lot. So I know what's going to happen and I know how to ask. So I give you a little head start by drawing most of it in advance, like that. Good. And again, for every no answer I receive, I have to draw another line. If the hangman is finished before I've revealed all 4 objects, I lose. So. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, so I can turn around? No, nothing? Good. Yep, good. Would you mind sealing this card inside of this envelope? Would you like to lick it shut yourself?
No.
No. I'm going to do this for you, like that. Very good. Make sure that it's really closed and put it in your pocket somewhere. Just hide it. Okay, just keep on thinking of your objects. Would you mind stepping a step forward? Clemens.
Yes.
Answer only with yes or no. I'm trying to reveal your object. Think of your object. Is your object smaller than a car?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Okay. Can you hold it in your hand?
Yes.
Yes, you can hold it in your hand. Is it connected with your hobbies in the broadest sense?
In the broadest sense, yes.
In the broadest sense, yes. But it's not like a stick or something. Does it look like a stick?
No.
No? You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, that needs to be a line. What a pity. Good, like that. Well, there's pretty much to go. You have the arms, you have the fingers, and all that. Okay, Clemens, one more time. So you can hold it in your hand. It's connected to your hobbies, but it's not a stick.
It's not a stick. No.
It's not a stick. But you use this with your hands.
Yes.
And it gives you some pleasure in a certain way.
Yeah. In a certain way.
In a certain way. It sounds strange. No, that was a question. Does it sound strange to some of us? It's an instrument, isn't it? It's an instrument.
Yes,
it's something you hold it in your hand, but it's not. You blow.
Yes.
Like a horn, but it's not a horn. It's not a
horn.
Is it a trumpet?
Yes.
It is. Thank you so much. Obviously. Thank you so much. Get back to your seat. Robert.
Yes.
Next one. Oh, actually, so he was the one who wanted to sit down, because this is someone who's used to be on stage, obviously, and someone who's difficult to read, actually. So if you don't mind, I would like to sit you down back in the audience,
Okay.
just in case. I don't want to look foolish because I cannot reveal your object. So just do me a favor. I'm very sorry, but maybe I get back to you later on. Okay? Sorry. But Robert, I get back to you later. Sorry, Sven. Robert, think of your object.
Yes, I do.
Is your object smaller than a car?
Yes,
Yes, it is. Is it something that's something to do with sports?
Not at all.
Why not? That, very good. It's nothing to do with sports. Am I right in saying that this is nothing to do with sports? Yes, very good, obviously, very good. It's nothing to do with sports. It's more no. It's more leisure. Like you can use it for leisure, possibly.
For some people.
For some people.
It's leisure. Yeah, but
That doesn't help me at all. But anyway, okay. So for some people it's leisure, but it's something you can really use. You can use it. You can either
use.
you can do something.
Yeah,
You can do something
yes,
with
I
it.
can do something.
Okay, you can do something. Is it made of wood?
No, it's not wood.
It's not made of wood.
There was a no.
Yes, I know. I know.
I will see you hanging.
I know. It's not made of wood. No, it is made of wood. It is the thing where you use this, or where this is from. It's made of wood, isn't it?
Yes.
But it's not the main thing. It's just a part of it. It's just
That's correct.
like you have a tree, and the things coming from the tree is.
Yes, it is.
So you're thinking not of the tree, but you're thinking of a specific tree, an apple tree. You're thinking of an apple.
That's 100% correct.
That's correct. Thank you so much. Thank you. Very good. And one more thing, I would like to try this with you, and this time I'm going to do this a little differently. This time, let me first try this the traditional way, but this time only answer in your head. Only answer in your head. So don't nod, don't shake your head, and just answer in your head, so yes or no. And see if I can find out something. So, is your object bigger than a car? Are you able to draw it, to make a simple drawing of it?
Very simple.
Very simple?
Very simple.
So let's give it a try. Take this pen. Take the cardboard. Very good. And stand with your back to me. Like that. Because I found out that there's a technique called muscle reading. And muscle reading is something that enables you to, by picking up the vibrations of someone doing something, to do exactly the same thing. And I found out that the muscles in your backside are far more sensitive than others. So what I devised is a technique called bum reading. And so let's stand back to back. Usually I do this with a woman. Then get some, yes, okay. Just to establish the connection between us. And open up your pen. And when I say go, you just hold your pad like this, so the audience cannot see it. Just keep it a secret and start drawing your object.
Okay.
Right? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Go. I'm not sure if I... Are you finished yet?
Yes.
Yes. I thought so. Okay, hold the pad toward your chest. Don't show it yet. Let's turn around, facing the audience. And I would like to switch the pads with you so I cannot change. What's it? Yes, it's a very, very basic drawing. It
Yes.
looks like an organ or a piano or something.
Piano.
It's a piano.
Yes.
Good. Take a look at what I drew.
Oh.
It's a piano. Thank you so much. Thank you. Get back to your seat. You know, I don't have any supernatural powers, but I'm pretty sure that that certain people have sort of strange connections towards each other. I'm really sure. I've experienced these myself. And especially, this goes for people who are either together for quite a long time or who are family, who belong to the same family, or who are married. So I need a couple for the next experiment. And I would like the two of you look so happy together. Would you mind helping me out on stage? Just very good. Hello, nice to meet you. Your name is? Katja and Frank. Katja and Frank. Frank to my right. Very good. And the idea is very easy. You know, a couple of years ago, my grandfather died. It's been quite some time now. But when we finally went up to his rooms and up to the attic to get his belongings, we found something. We found this very chest. And actually, this does not contain anything special, but I think, together with you tonight, what's inside of this box might be special, at least to both of you. Just take a step forward, please. Very good. And I need you to make some decisions. And are you married?
Yes, we
You're married, very good. So you know what's going to happen. You are going to make a decision, but Katja is going to tell you which one, okay?
Okay.
Frank, you need to choose a card, and a playing card. Now, if I would go and say to you, just pick any card, 60% of the men would probably say the Ace of Spades, because it's just a popular card and popular symbol. The second favorite one would be the Queen of Hearts, for example, so naturally. So I want to leave this to chance, or to Katja in this case. So I want you to have this deck of cards. Yes, please hold them in your hand. And take the top card, turn it face up and place it onto my palm. Very good. And the next one as well. Very good. And the next one, and you're going to continue like this until Katja says stop. Whenever you like. Today. Okay, stop. Place it? Okay. Are you happy, or would you like him to deal 1 or 2 or 3 more cards? It doesn't matter. You're happy?
I'm happy.
You're happy. Okay, so you stopped him at the 10 of clubs, right? The 10 of clubs would have been the 8 of clubs. The next card, had you gone one further, would have been, the Ace of Spades in this case. Very interesting. Okay, so but you went for the 10 of clubs. Can you remember this for just a couple of seconds? The 10 of clubs, all of you, don't forget the 10 of clubs. Very good. We're going to do this one more time, but the other way around. So this time, you're going to choose something, and he's going to tell you which or what. Katja, please close your eyes. Just look into the audience with eyes closed. So imagine you're looking into the audience. And now imagine in front of you there's floating a huge goldfish bowl. But this bowl does not contain fish. It contains ping pong balls, small tiny ping pong balls. And these balls are numbered from 1 to 52, just the number of playing cards in a regular poker deck. Can you do this for me? You seeing this in front of yourself? No, just imagine. And just in your mind, reach inside, take one ping pong ball. Take one ping pong ball, look at the number. Can you see the number? Okay. And take the ball and throw it back in. Great. Take another ball. Look at it. Look at the number. Remember the number? And throw it back in. And do this again and again until Frank says stop.
Stop.
Stop. Are you looking at a number right now?
No.
No, then do this. Just pretend. Okay, take a look at the number. What number does it show? Just make one up.
8.
8. Are you happy with 8, or would you like her to just grab another one?
I'm happy with
You're
8.
happy with 8. Very good. So remember the 10 of clubs and 8. Very good. Katja, you can open your eyes now. Thank you so much. Very good indeed. What I would like you to do is step behind the table, open the lid. Inside you will find a black envelope. Can you do this? Open it. Do you see the black envelope? Yes? Take it out, please. The black envelope. Very good. Close the lid again. Close the lid. Come over here. Open up. I don't want to touch it. Open it up. Take out what's inside. Yes, it's a deck of playing cards. I told you there's nothing special. And I want you to open this and take out all the cards. Make sure they don't fall out. They need to be in the exact order. Okay. Nothing else? No, nothing else inside?
No.
Good. Then hold them in your hand. Step over here. Like that. Next to the table. Next to the table. Very good. And take the cards, hold them in your hand, and take the top card and place it face down. Don't turn it over, face down onto the table. Just onto the table. Very good. That's number 1, okay? And we're going to continue counting until we reach your number 8, was it, right? So it's number 1, next one, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8. Okay, this is the 8th card. Hold on to it. Hold it against your chest. Don't show it yet. Had you gone for the 9th card, it would have been the 9 of clubs. This card would have been the 9 of diamonds. But you went for the 10th card, the 8th card, I'm sorry. This is the 8th card, and you have a card in mind which is the
10 of clubs.
the 10 of clubs. Take a look. It's the 10 of clubs. Thank you so much. Get back to your seat. Great. Thanks a lot. Let's play again. I'm so fond of games, and this game you all know. And because it's a quick game, we need somebody who is able to be our judge. So if we can turn on the house lights for just a couple of seconds and just look for somebody that looks trustworthy to you. Well, this guy who's looking down in the glasses and the rest. Would you mind standing up for a second? Your name is?
Herbert.
Herbert. Take a look at Herbert. Think he's okay as a judge? Yes, very good. Okay, Herbert, I tell you what it's all about. You're going to be our judge, and in this envelope here, I have the results of the game we're about to play. And your job, first of all, is to guard this with your life. So I'm going to give this to you. Place it somewhere in your pocket. Don't touch it, and don't let anyone else touch it. Very good. And just in case anything is uncertain and we don't know, Jeff, sit down for a second, thank you. Just in case anything is uncertain and we don't know who is going to win or who's going to lose, in these cases you are going to judge, okay? And we need 4 players for this. And you don't need to speak any English. So, Herbert, your job is to point to 4 spectators in the audience who would like to join us here. Preferably male. So if you are, and you should be in good, healthy. Just point to anyone. Okay. Yes, very good. Number 1. Number 2.
Okay.
Good. And one more. 4. Very good. Thank you so much. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Hello. Would you mind? Please stand on the back of the. Just stand to the back, in front of the back curtain. I just remove the chairs for you. So you can stand there. Just stand next to him, please. And one more. Sorry. Hello. Nice to meet you. Please stand next to the others. Hello. Nice to meet you. Please have a stand. Very good. 4 people on stage, but only 3 chairs. Which kind of game? We're going to play a little round of musical chairs. So to make you more distinguishable, I have something for you. These are your numbers, so we know your numbers for the game, which are hidden inside of these envelopes. Don't look at your number yet. We keep it a secret for the time being. Take out anyone. This one, you happy?
Yeah.
Okay, take one for you. One for you. This one. So this one remains for you. As you did not have a free choice, I would like to give you the chance to switch for any of the other envelopes. Would you like to switch or would you like to keep your envelope?
I think I'll switch.
You switch, okay? Go ahead.
I don't want to switch.
Okay, you have to. Are you happy now?
Yeah.
Very good. There's something more you need to be seen from the back of a theater. You need one of these 4 caps. So just take the color that suits you best. Red. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Blue? Blue. Okay, for you. yellow one, that leaves you with the green one. Again, if you're happy with the green, just keep it. Again, as you had no chance, no really free choice, just go ahead and switch if you like.
Keep the green one.
Okay, then I would really be happy if you just put them on for just a couple of seconds. Very beautiful. Great. Now, the idea of the game is you move around in this direction, move around the chairs, as long as we're going to play some music. And when the music stops, you have to sit down. And the one who does not get a seat is dismissed and is out of the game. As easy as that. Please don't hurt yourself. Don't take this too seriously. Don't move too quickly. Don't fall off the stage. It's just supposed to be fun and not fear. Okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Then let's do it. I think we don't need the judge here. I think it's you who is out of the game, right? So I can take off your cap. Thank you for joining me on stage. Give him a big hand. Thanks for playing along. So, number 3 is out of the game. I'll just make a note here on the screen here. Very good. Good. Now you may stand up. Just remove one of the chairs. Ready to go again? Okay, here we go. I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm
Everything okay? Okay, then I'll remove your cap.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining me. Give him a big hand. I hope you didn't hurt yourself.
Thank you.
So this time, number 2 is also out of the game. Number 2. So, the grand finale between number 1 and number 4. And we're going to see who's going our final winner. Please stand up. Very good. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. One more time. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you. Remove your cap. Thank you. Get back to your seat. Give him a big hand. Thanks for joining me. Number 4 is out of the game. So, ladies and gentlemen, we do have our final winner, which will be the one in the yellow hat. Please stand up. Player number 1. Congratulations, sir. Just number 1. You can leave the hat on. Because now it's time for our judge. So everything above board so far? Nothing to tell, to explain? Okay. Do you still have the results with you? Please hand them over to me. Thank you. No one's touched it, right? No one's touched it? Very good. So I'm going to read out what it says. It says, 4 randomly selected spectators will play a game of musical chairs. Each of them will freely select a number and a colored cap. You did, right? Mm-hmm. The spectators will drop out in the following order. First, number 3, followed by number 2, yes, then number 4. Player number 1 will win the game. The winner is a nice, handsome guy with good taste for fashion. However, wearing this silly yellow cap makes him look a bit strange. Thank you so much. Good night. Take back to your seat. some of you are still thinking of an object. Inside of this envelope, there is a secret message. And I'm not going to touch it, but I want someone else to do this. And before we go any further, I would like all of you to take a look at the envelopes you found on your chair or under your chair. They have a card inside. It's just an empty card. And there are also some pens around. And I would like all of you to just, in big and bold letters, write down your object, the object you're thinking of. Write it on the card and place it face down into the envelope and seal it. You don't need to lick them. They are self-sealing. Just write down your object. Don't let anyone see. Write down your object, slide the card inside, close the envelope and hold on tightly. Why are you doing this? I need to choose one more person from the audience, and it should be a lady this time. So the man, you are happy? And I'm going to throw this into the audience, and the lady who catches it is pleased to stand up and just give it a try. So if it's not a lady, please, the man who catches it, simply pass it on to the lady, the nearest lady. Here we go. So just pick it up. Pick it up. Come on the stage. Hello. Nice to see you again. Very good. Can you hold the? Just drop this to the floor. Your envelope. Very good. You have no pockets, I see, right? So just hold the paper ball in your hand for the time being. Good. Are you all finished? Yes. Yes. So everyone, hold up your envelope. Great. In a moment, I would like to ask you to send me your thoughts. And I mean it, literally. I mean it because I want you to throw the envelopes towards my face at the count of 3. So if you just close your envelopes and at the count of 3, just throw them. If it does not make all the way to the stage, just the persons in the front, just pick them up and throw again, okay? Are you ready? So at the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, send me your thoughts! Very good. Okay, most of them are here. Okay, now there's a couple of envelopes lying on the floor, and I want you to choose just 2, 3, or 5. It doesn't really matter how many. Just go ahead, pick them up, the thoughts you would like to have. Just a handful. Okay, you're happy? You're happy. Okay, just fan them out in a little fan like that. Very good. Okay. Now just a little bit slower. Okay. When I snap my fingers, I want you to take out anyone, the one you like, the one you would like to keep. The others are discarded. Okay? Did you make up your mind? Mm-hmm. Then go ahead now. This one. Okay, so we don't need those, right? Would you like to change, or are you happy with this one?
I'm happy.
You're happy. Then do me a favor. Just write down your phone number on the. No, just make an X or any letter so you can recognize it again. Okay, thank you so much. Good. So this is the thought you would like to have. You didn't want these. Let me show you what would have happened if you had chosen any other envelope. If you had chosen this one, take it out yourself. What does it say? Can you read it?
Stehlampe.
Stehlampe. Stehlampe is a typical English word. But you didn't choose this, so had you chosen this one, reach inside, what would it have been?
Fahrrad.
A Fahrrad, another, like it's supposed to be a bicycle. This one, take it out. Anything else? What's that?
Cupboard.
A cupboard. Very good. Oh, it's a beautiful word, a cupboard. Okay, but you didn't want those. You selected this very thought here. And please take it out yourself. Take a look. Can you read this?
Yes.
Okay. Can you imagine what it says? Yes? What? Let me show. See? Okay. Tell us what it is.
Knife.
A knife. Okay. A knife. Tina, please go to the glass. Take out the envelope. Open it up. Take out what's inside. And read out loud what it says.
You will be thinking of knife.
You will be thinking of a knife. Thank you so much. Here. Get back. Oh, just a second. Sorry. Come back here. I know what most of you are thinking, or at least a couple of you. Maybe you're thinking, somehow, although he did not touch the glass, somehow he switched in the final black envelope for one of the other 2,578 black prediction envelopes he's hiding around his body. Yes. Maybe I could have done this, but what I could not influence was, first of all, who would catch the paper ball. And remember, you have been holding this paper ball the whole time, even before you sent me your thoughts and before any selections were made, correct?
Yes.
Do you have the paper ball still? Where is it? Is it here? Take it and unfold it, because there is a secret message printed onto this paper ball. And this secret message says, tonight, a beautiful young lady by the name of Tina, and your name is? Tina. And it's really printed here, right? Tina will be thinking of the word knife. Thank you so much, Tina. Get back to your seat. Thank you. That's the end of the show. Good night. Oh, sorry. There's one more thing. Sorry, one more thing. One last and final thing. I almost forgot. Just imagine if mind reading really existed. What Stefan, you still have a word in mind, right?
Yes.
What is the object you're thinking of?
A chair.
A chair.
Yes.
That's it, Joe. Good night.
Hi guys, and welcome to the explanation part of Mentalities. My name is Martin Adams.
Hi guys, I'm Andrew Chirmaz.
And here with us, Mr.
Stefan Olschewski.
Okay, so Stefan, please just let's talk about the first effect that's called
Technicolor ESP.
Technicolor ESP. Okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah, well, basically the name derives from the original effect, which is the Technicolor prediction by Martin Lewis.
Yeah.
And I was always looking for a sort of streamlined version for this effect. Usually this uses colored envelopes and you need to use a stand and stuff. And the idea was to strip this down to the bare bones. But even in the name I wanted to give the credits, so to speak, so that's why it's called Technicolor ESP, even though there aren't any colors in the final.
Because you use
version.
ESP symbols.
Yes, because I use ESP symbols. Could be different symbols, but I just use this because I'm performing mentalism. So this is just a nice touch to them.
Okay, so yesterday it was done very well. The audience just loved it. So
Yeah.
let's please just explain us how it works and.
Well, the basic idea is what I wanted to achieve is that I wanted them to have a completely free choice of envelope, no magician's choice or something like that. And I also wanted them to be able to handle the envelopes themselves without any suspicious moves, and I wanted it to look the same, no matter if they open the envelopes or if I do. And I was looking for a technique to do this, and basically this the first version of this came to my mind when I was asked to write a contribution for Wayne Rogers's automatic two-way envelope, which is an ebook, which is very nice.
That's a great prop.
It's a really great prop. And Wayne asked me to contribute to this, and this was the effect I contributed to this ebook. And but it used the two-way prediction envelope. And when after performing this for a couple of months, I found out that you could even do this in a much simpler way. So I'm not going to explain the automatic two-way envelope, but my version. And the idea is it's nothing new actually. You simply have a two-way envelope, of course. And let me just put this apart. So you just need one envelope, and you from the back of another envelope you just cut out, make it a little smaller, a little tinier, so that it perfectly fits inside.
Just as you normally would make a two-way envelope.
Just as you normally.
And these
make a
envelopes
two-way
is the ones that you can buy in any office supply store and things like that in the USA, or you can find it on eBay just in minutes.
Yep. And then you just place it inside. And this is good because you can almost prepare it on the fly, so you only need to get some envelopes. So if you happen to lose your luggage, which I've already done, you just grab some envelopes and you're ready to go. So the other things you would need is just 3 pieces of paper. Let me turn them around, with different predictions. And make sure that the papers are quite fiddly, so they are thin. They need to be thin because you don't want them to appear too bulky. And I've brought along another envelope, so just an ordinary one with nothing inside. So if you tuck in the flap like that, simply can hold it like this. And if you place a piece of paper inside like that, or if you have 2 or 3 inside together with the secret compartment, it doesn't really make any difference because they almost feel the same, although there's so much inside. Just have a try. So this is a prepared one with a special flap and with 2 pieces of paper inside. So just if you feel it and feel this instead, it's not that much different.
Yeah.
They never feel an unprepared one and a prepared one at the same time. So
A layman will never feel the difference.
yeah,
You know,
it really feels natural.
even I need to really focus on it to feel the difference. But so
So
that's just great like this.
Yeah, that's the main idea. And you do this 3 times, of course, with 3 envelopes, and put some ESP symbols on top. And the preparation is this. For every envelope you have this gag prediction, of course, which reads, I will choose the triangle, I will choose the circle, I will choose the cross. Place this aside for the moment. And then you need 2 real predictions that all go into the respective envelopes, so into the triangle prediction, because if the woman chooses the circle, for example, the man chooses the cross, I am left with a triangle. And if I'm left with a triangle in my envelope, there only need to be 2 possible outcomes. Either the woman chooses the circle and the man chooses the cross, or the other way around, like that. You see? So this is why inside of the triangle envelope, the prediction reads, the woman will choose the cross, the man will choose the circle, and Stefan will be left with the triangle, obviously. Or the other way around, the woman will choose the circle, the man will choose the cross, and Stefan will be left with the triangle. And this goes respectively for the other envelopes.
Yeah, okay, so I think this is the best moment just to show to the camera all the setups, so which one is which envelope. Okay, so just place the envelopes and just show them what it contains, and they can get a closer look of it. While you're just doing this, let me ask, why are you use the triangle symbol? Is there any specific reason for it? Because you know the ESP symbols are circle, cross, wavy lines, square, and star, and normally the 5 sets of ESP symbols do not contain the triangle. What's the reason for that?
There's a special reason connected with the performance itself, because this is something like a cheat sheet for me, because I need to know which prediction to take out. And this is done by knowing how many lines these ESP
Yeah.
symbols are composed of. So the circle is only just one line, the cross is 2 lines, and the triangle is composed of 3 lines.
So that's the only reason, basically.
That's the only reason.
So if you want, you can use instead of the triangle, you can use the wavy lines, because the 3 wavy lines is just 3
Correct.
waving lines if you want. So Stefan prefers it that way, but it's not a must.
Yeah.
It's just based on preference.
Yeah, you
and
could
nothing
also
more.
use the original colored envelopes if you like. It's just depends on your own taste.
Yeah, but this way, if you have the triangle, you can always use the script you just performed.
Yes, yes. And this is
This
why
gag.
also why I use
Yeah.
this, because if you look back at the performance, you see that the main thing is only presentation. It's the main the effect happens at the end, but it's lots of fun. It's about 3, 4, 5 minutes fun together
Yeah,
with your
absolutely.
audience due to these language things, and you can really have fun with it if you think about.
Okay, so let's set up the envelopes.
Great. So you have done this for all 3 envelopes, and what you would do is you take the first envelope and have your flaps inside, and from the performer's point of view, like that, you open the secret flap, the secret compartment, which is in the
Yeah.
back, and you would place in, this is the triangle envelope. First of all, you would place in the prediction, the woman chooses the cross, the man chooses the circle, like that. And in front of this, you would place the woman will choose the circle and the man will choose the cross. Like that. So when you happen to grab them, to take them out, you always look at the woman, because this is your point of reference, because I need to know which symbol the woman took. If she took the circle, which is the one in the front,
Yeah.
I need to take out this prediction. If she chooses the cross, of course, I have to take out the one that's in the back. And to remember this by saying the lower number of lines is the one closer to my body. So lower is closer and higher is further
Okay,
away.
so it's just another kind of a marking point to
Yes.
make it easier for you.
Yes, so that's why I always place the symbol more to me when I'm holding it like this. I know
yeah.
the circle is the one with the lower number of lines is closer to me, so I know without looking which prediction to take out.
And okay, and just to make it absolute clear, these 2 predictions goes into the same
I'm
compartment.
going to the same compartment into the back compartment, and I'm going to talk about later how you take them out.
Okay.
So this is it. What you then do is you take the flap and tuck it completely in. So this is why you need the flap to be almost as high as the complete envelope, because you don't want them to open this. You tuck this in completely, and when you take a look inside, I don't know if the camera can see this, there's no way to see that this is prepared in any way. It just looks natural. And then you take the gag prediction and place it into the front compartment. And the beautiful thing is that you can show this and you can tell the audience, you see there's just one piece of paper inside, you can see this, it's going to be important later on.
Mm.
Good.
And in that way they can handle it freely.
Correct.
Absolutely. Okay, so the next envelope.
The next envelope will be prepared accordingly, so open the back compartment. This is the circle, so they can either choose the triangle or the cross. The cross has fewer lines, so I would first take the prediction that reads the woman will choose the cross, like that. And behind that I will place the woman will choose the triangle and the man will choose the cross, like that. And tuck in the flap. That's the circle and the gag prediction into the regular compartment, like that. And again with the cross, just the same. You have opened the secret compartment. First of all, you place in the woman will choose the triangle to the back, of course, and the woman will choose the circle to the front because it's closer to the body. It's only composed of one line.
So it's really easy to remember.
It's easy to remember if you once got it down. It's very easy. And I don't want to be thinking too much during the performance. I want to concentrate on the performance itself. So this is why I always try to remember some points of reference or to mark everything I can.
Yeah.
You will see it later on
Yeah,
when
of
we
course.
discuss different effects. Because I don't want to think and I don't want to remember. I want to focus on the audience, on the presentation. So this is your setup. And then we could start with the performance.
Yeah.
The good thing is you can just grab them together and place them in your coat pocket, so you can carry this around with you wherever you go. So I would just take these out, get 2 people from the audience, and would start with the effect. And I arrange them in a way that the circle is in the middle, the cross is to the audience's right, and the triangle is to the audience's left, like this. This is because I need to do some language puns,
Yeah.
and I need them to be in exactly this order. So when I start, I first talk to the lady, obviously, and sort of stick out a little bit.
You're getting used to it.
Yes. So the circle a little bit, and I would talk to her and say, now, in a moment I'm going to snap my fingers and I want you to take one envelope of these 3, the one that you would like to keep for yourself, okay? You needn't go for the one in the middle, but you should choose one that sort of sticks out to you. And they're going to laugh, and so you have your first gag. And then I say, no, I don't want to influence you at all. You needn't take the one in the middle, because obviously it might be that because I emphasize it that much, and because I actually have it stick out a little bit, that I want you to take the middle one. But you needn't take the middle one. So maybe you are thinking, oh, he wants me to take the one, so you would most probably go for one of the others. But what if I could foresee that you would think along these lines? You see, it all depends on what you think, I think you're thinking. And this is just like,
Yeah.
it's just having fun. And
Yeah, but the whole script just makes making sense.
it's
you know?
making complete sense. And and due to the fact that it really doesn't matter which
Yeah.
envelope they take, you can really play around for
Yeah.
as long as you like. And it also makes, I've realized, the audience or the people on stage feel comfortable, because they notice that there's nothing strange going on.
Yeah,
They you
absolutely.
don't want to fool them in a way.
Yeah.
So this is the first thing I do, and then I know I don't want to influence you. And then I go for the triangle. So you really can choose anyone. You could, for example, go to the triangle, but it's your complete choice. The choice is completely left to you. And I also point to this because from the audience's point of view, they notice that's the left one. Oh, no, let's do this a little differently. Hold out your hand. Yes, very good. And hold them like this in a fan. Very good. And when I snap my fingers, you just give it a triangle them a bit like this. Triangle. This is something you need to explain somehow, because it's hidden in the
might
mind.
hear it actually.
Some people might.
And
but
that's the other reason for the triangle,
yes.
Yeah.
obviously.
So angle them a bit like this. Is it triangle? Never mind. So I don't want to influence you, but I really cross my fingers. You'll choose the right envelope. And this is the final gag. And no, just go ahead. I snap my fingers. Take out the one that you would like to keep for yourself. Go ahead. Okay. This time you took the triangle. Usually they actually go for the cross.
Like in the performance.
Like in the performance yesterday. It's just natural. I don't know why, but it really works. So maybe next time I'm going to do this without any preparation. So you have so you have your first envelope, and the next time I don't want to play this too long. So this is why I go to the man and just say, when I snap my fingers, I'm not going to help you, I'm not going to confuse you, just take the one you want. What is it? The circle. Very good. So that would leave me with the cross. And I want to keep this as open as possible, because the effect really needs to be focused, and the audience needs to know that it was a really free choice.
Yeah.
So this time I'm not going to do anything, and I give both of them the opportunity to switch their envelopes and to change for mine or for his, and the other way around.
Yeah.
So they can switch around as long as they like. And when they are really happy, I say, now, remember I told you inside of these envelopes there was a prediction. And ladies first of all, please, just reach inside. Before you do, let me just explain what I do at the same time, because I shift the focus to the lady, and just while pretending to show her what she has to do, I secretly open the flap, because I need to access the secret compartment. So what I do is, when I say just reach inside and take out your prediction, and she does, and what I do is I reach inside, and with my thumb I grab the flap from the inside, and I place my little finger in here to act as a counterpart. So when you pull this up, it'll actually bend up and can be pulled out like this. And I hide this with my hand. And I let the hand drop down to my side. So
Can you do it once more for the
sure.
camera?
And it's best to wear out these envelopes a little bit. If they're brand new, it's difficult to reach the flap with the thumb. So it really needs to be quite loose. So
So while they practice it, they just make the perfect envelope for work.
Yeah, while practicing you make the perfect envelope, exactly. So I would go inside with my thumb and with my little finger here and just pull this out all the way and hide it with my hand.
Okay.
And then I would just let this drop to the side.
Yeah.
Because it's out of focus, it doesn't. It's not not important anymore.
Yeah, it's not at that point. Nobody cares that's envelope.
Yeah, really. So it's already open.
Just use it as an example.
And I'm one step ahead. And at the same time, she's pulling this out, but actually you're not opening your envelope, of course, because I told you just to open and just to pull out the prediction. Right, and you decided upon the, what was it?
Triangle.
The triangle. Now go ahead and read out loud what it says.
It says, I will choose the triangle.
Fascinating, isn't it? And they're all going to laugh. But it even gets worse. It even gets better. Because inside of your envelope, there's also a prediction. Just reach inside, and again, while you are reaching inside, and you can see that it really feels normal. And
absolutely. There is
no way
nothing to see.
Nothing.
There is nothing weird to feel. I can easily just take it out.
So while you're taking out, I open the secret compartment like this, like that. I just stick my thumb in.
Yeah.
I'm prepared to pull out the correct one. So I grab them both between. Let me pull them out a little bit so you can see. I grab them between thumb and the first finger, and I only watch the lady. And you chose the triangle, correct? Which is the one with more lines than the circle.
Yeah.
This is why I know I need to take out the one in the back.
Yeah,
from my point of view. So why I'm talking to you, say, now reach inside, take out yours. I also, again, pretend to do this, to show you. And you're pulling this out, and at the same time, I get ready.
Yeah.
And I still hold this to my side. And you take out, read your prediction.
I will choose the circle.
Fascinating. And as they start to laugh and maybe to applaud, I just raise my hand and take out the prediction in the back.
Yeah.
And what I do is I just push down with my thumb, pull up with my first finger so it comes out, and at the same time I hold the other one back by pinching the envelope from here, so that it's only one that comes out. And after I've pulled it out, I immediately close the flap with my thumb like that.
Okay, so basically you perform the most dirty move in the most relaxed moment in your point of view.
Yeah, I know it's bold, but I've never been caught.
Of course.
It's just...
Basically, while the other spectator reading this and the audience is clapping, nobody watching you know.
Yes.
And also maybe, opening this this flap, I mean this one is not so suspicious.
No, even if they see it,
why would
it doesn't
be
really matter.
It's just the flap of the envelope.
Yes, and as they had a free choice of the envelopes, and they have their own envelope, they see they are not prepared in any way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although they are heavily, but never mind. So again, I know which one to take out. I do this, I pull it out, immediately I close the flap and hand this to the man.
To the man.
Because I also, again, want to shift focus to you. It's not about me. So they almost forget about that I did anything with this envelope.
Yeah.
And then I have them show the envelopes again with your free choice. You even had the chance to switch. You chose the triangle, and you're the girl, of course. You chose the circle, and you left me with the cross. And now go ahead, read out loud my final prediction.
The woman will choose the triangle.
There you are.
The man will choose the circle.
Correct.
And Stefan will be left with the cross.
And that's it.
And that's it.
So, and the good thing is you can leave the slips of paper with the audience as a souvenir.
They can keep it as a souvenir.
Yeah. If you don't want it, I collected them the other night. The good thing is it's reset in just a second. So if you have the circle, just place it back inside. So this envelope is prepared. The only one is the one you're holding. You need to place this into the correct position again, like that.
Yeah, it's
ready to go.
It's really well structured routinizing. Everything you do makes sense.
Yep.
There is no fumbling. There is no weird moves or weird things to do for any reason. But it just makes sense.
Indeed.
Perfectly, absolutely. Indeed. And you only use it on stage. This effect?
Actually, I do only use it on stage, but you could use it in a parlor setting, and I really think you.
Yesterday we talked about this. That, for example, I easily can imagine this effect in my wallet. Just 3 little coin envelopes, and do the same preparation, and I can easily perform it in a close-up or parlor situation.
Yeah. So this is another way of using an old gimmick or an old idea in a different way.
Absolutely. So it's just great. Guys, that was Technicolor ESP by Mr. Stefan Olschewski. So thanks for watching. And the next effect that we explain is...
It would be Hangman.
It would be Hangman, which is one of my personal favorite from the DVD. So see you there. Okay guys, this is the explanation of the next effect called Hangman. So please, Stefan, just walk us through the Hangman.
Okay, well, this is one of my favorites at the moment because it offers so much opportunity to play around, and it's not about the method, but it's about how you reveal the information. And this was my main approach. I was looking for something or some way to reveal what I've just read or peeked, because there are so many ways to peek information written down by a spectator that it's necessary to find a way that is hopefully entertaining and fun to do. And also enables you as a performer to again not to think too much.
Yeah.
And this is why technically this is just basic knowledge of any mentalist based on practical mental magic, practical mental effects was the first edition called, I think. So that's just to prove that I've really read my Hahnemann. And and what I'm just using to get the information is a cutout in an envelope. He called it modernized reading, and this is the basic thing, and I've just added the nowadays quite popular Jackson flap to make it appear more above board. So basically what you have is just 2 envelopes like that, and actually they consist of these. This is an ordinary envelope with the flap cut off, and in the back there is a slit. Let me just place this inside so you can see how large it is. It's like an oval thing, because I don't want the card to get stuck at the corners. My good friend Jan Forster suggests you could also use a clear foil that you can see through to glue to it, so in order not to so it even slides in easier. I don't use it, I feel comfortable with this, but if you like you can do this. So this is what you need. Then you need an ordinary envelope with an attached Jackson flap, which is basically nothing but another envelope cut out with a flap, and you cut the flap and like a small circular thing, so not just a flap but a little bit more, and you glue the 2 flaps together so that it looks like this. So it's the ordinary envelope, and this is just a double flap with this little thingy here, right? So the idea is when you use this, take this and place this tiny flap inside of the envelope, the cutout envelope. It'll look like just one envelope where you can place something inside, and actually the card really goes inside and it looks very fair.
Yeah,
from all
absolutely.
the angles. So this is nothing new. I did not devise this on my own. I'm just building on well-known things. So this is it. What I also do is I have in this envelope I actually have a duplicate piece of paper, duplicate card, because it needs to feel like there's something inside. And I've actually glued this into the envelope so it does not slide around. And it's not bound to fall out, because it might be, however, if you have them in your pocket, that the card might slide out here. So it's really glued. It's in there, but it's glued to the envelope. And the setup is just this. You place this, you take the cutout envelope like that, close the flap, and I would also use the second envelope. Place it to the bottom, so it's just a stack.
Yeah.
That's it. And you also need a card. What I do is I take these index cards and take 2 of them and glue them together. Because the spectators on stage, they don't have a surface to write on, so I need this to be quite thick.
Yeah.
And I cut this to exactly the size, or a little smaller than the size of the envelopes. And this is actually the one that was used in yesterday's show.
Yeah.
So I can tell you how it looks like. And it's important that you use those with the lines, because it tells me which way up this card is in the performance. So I would glue them together and cut them like that. And I would just to the broad white border, I would write 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 points and a line, so they know exactly where to write.
Yeah.
So that way, if the card is face down, I only have to look, if I'm right-handed, if you're right-handed, I only have to look that the broad line, broad border, white border, is pointing towards myself. That way, when the card is slid into the envelope and finally pulled out, so it's exchanged for the dummy, so this is out of play. I'm still holding this in my hands, and it cannot be seen, right?
Yeah, of course, because the other envelope is...
Yeah, and I place this later on. I'm going to explain the peak, the exact peak, because I think this is the main contribution I added to the effect, because you're peaking in full view. So there's no need to say, oh, and now you can hold your envelope up to the light, and while at the same time doing the same and trying to get the peak, because I cannot remember 4 items for the rest of the show by just looking at them for just 1 or 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So I don't glimpse at all. I start with a cold reading later on. So what I do is I simply take out the dummy, pass this on to the spectator, and hold them in my hands.
Okay.
So, and I know that it's the correct way around because I slide it in like that, with the border to myself. And when I turn my hand,
it should be on the correct side.
It's already in the correct direction, so that I can read it effortlessly.
Great.
And that's it. So again, this is nothing new, just for the ones who did not know the technique.
Yeah,
so far.
of course.
I would suggest before I explain how I peak and when I peak, I just walk through the performance as I do it, because I always look for something that's connected to a personal experience, because if you have a storyline you can build around that's based on personal experiences, or that sort of evokes the emotions from the audience, because they also can remember this game of Hangman.
Yeah, of course, it's a really common game.
Yeah, it's something they say, oh yes, I remember, and they are into the story. So you don't need to make something up. And the idea is that I start drawing the Hangman and explaining the game. This is also to fill the time, because people need some time to write down the information.
Yeah, sure.
And as they write down the information and pass the card on from one to the other, I explain the game to the audience. This is to fill the gap that usually would feel quite awkward if you're just standing there not saying anything.
Yeah.
And I explain the game, and I say I'm going to give you a head start. That's why I've already done it before, and draw most of the Hangman like that. And there's this little gag where I first of all I draw a smiley face, and then I think about, and then I erase it and draw a sad face instead. So it's just a tiny gag, but it's worthwhile. So this is the starting point, so to speak, and during this explanation section they've already written down all the pieces of information. All that needs to be done is I just take the card, slide it in the envelope, seal it, and have the spectator place it in his pocket, and then we are ready to do the readings.
Yeah, sure.
And now I think we should actually talk about how I get the glimpse, because it's naturally it is part of the performance. And the nice idea is that every time you happen to forget what you've just glimpsed, you'll get a no answer. And whenever you get a no answer, you need to go back to the flip chart to draw a line, and that's exactly where you glimpse the next piece of information.
Okay, so now we show you the glimpse part of this routine, and after back we continue from here.
Correct.
Okay guys, we continue with Hangman, where Stefan will explain how he gets all the peaks, so please just explain it us.
Okay, so let's pretend I've just placed the card inside and switched it. So you take this goes in your pocket.
Okay.
You are the fourth and final spectator now.
Okay.
So I'm left with just the 2 envelopes. One of them contains the whole, so I could peek the information. What I do is I don't peek at the...
so from your point of view, the top is the Jackson Flap envelope.
Yes, this would be the Jackson Flap envelope.
And underneath one for the cover.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So from up or down, you cannot see.
Yeah, you cannot see a thing.
And I'm just holding this in my hand, and I'm starting the first reading without even looking at it. I want the audience to forget about the 2 envelopes I'm still holding in my hands. They're not important. So I start the first reading by saying, is your object smaller than a car? And usually it is. Usually it is.
Yeah.
if not, if I get, sometimes I do 3 or 4 questions, and I always get a yes.
Yeah,
Because
you
most
always
of the
get a
men,
yes.
they think of football or something, so can you hold it in your hand? Is it connected to your hobbies?
Yeah,
And it's quite amazing because I haven't really peaked.
yeah, you
So it's just
didn't
cold
do
reading.
anything yet, so
So, and whenever I get the first no, that's the first time I get my peak. So I
Yeah.
have to go to the flip chart and draw a line.
Yeah.
And what I do is I just need to free my hands to open the pen. So what I do is I hold this in my hand like this. I just turn it and leave it here in on this tiny tray.
yeah. So
That I
now
turn it now the
the peaking area
peaking
is
area is
facing up,
free.
just hidden by the envelope. Okay.
and at the same time I'm blocking the whole flip chart with my body.
Yeah.
And I take the pen, so it look like something like this. I place this, I turn this around, and I take the pen, and at the same time I'm just sliding the top envelope to the side.
So while you're sliding the top envelope,
I
you're
take
just
it down.
hiding it with your, in this case, right hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or just with my body, I'm blocking
Or just
with
with
my
the
body.
body. Okay.
And then I try to open the pen, and usually these stick together
Yeah,
quite,
yeah,
quite
yeah.
a lot. So if I have not time to read the first and the second word that's written down, I just pretend to fiddle
You're
around
just
because
fumbling
it's
around a
hard
bit.
to open it. And then I open it, I draw my first line, and I get back to the spectators. And I leave this out in the open.
And as you draw your first line, you know, we draw a line like this, so you need to look down
Yes.
the line, and then so you have a
Exactly.
next chance for picking
And
it
when
just in case.
Yeah, and when you close the pen and lay it down again, you already you have to look down
Yeah.
again a second time, so you have lots and lots of time to peek the information.
So basically, the first information you can pick at least 3 times.
Yes, correct.
At least 3 times.
Correct.
Okay.
This gives
so
me a lot of time,
Yeah.
and it's completely motivated because I explained the rules of the game, so I have to go there, I have to draw a line, and I take my
Yeah.
time doing this.
Of course.
So I leave it out in the open because this tray is angled somewhat. So if the audience is sitting below eye level, it's no problem anyways. But even if they're sitting at the same level as you're standing, if you don't have a raised stage, due to this small angle, you cannot see what is showing there.
Yeah.
Because they always look from below, right? And this is why I placed the flip chart to the front of the stage, because the people you use in the effect are standing.
Standing. Yeah.
And I have them stand behind
Behind.
it, so they
So
cannot see.
there is no chance for the
There's no chance.
spectators
Yeah.
to peek or see this weird
Correct.
cut it out thing.
And just in case that you are performing surrounded and you have difficult angles, what you can do is you can always slide,
You can
this
always
top
slide it
envelope
back. Yeah.
So
sure.
just get your peak, take your pen, draw the line, and then slide it back.
Yeah.
So nothing can be ever seen. And the people will have forgotten about these envelopes because you just free your hands, you leave them here, and they are
Yeah.
not in play anymore. So this is the way I get my peaks. And the beautiful thing is, whenever I forget what I've just peaked, I obviously will get a no answer when I'm doing the readings.
Yeah.
And so I have to go back to the flip chart naturally and draw another line. So
Yeah.
it's really, really easy, and you don't have to remember anything.
Yeah, and you know, the main reason that the spectators don't really care these 2 envelopes, because they think that the information that you
Yes, it's written
might
and hidden
be
in the pocket.
Yeah,
yes.
it's hidden in the pocket, so there is
Very
absolutely no reason.
Yeah, and this is, I think that's the main contribution I did
Absolutely.
to this effect, because it so naturally blends in with your natural
Yeah.
handlings that no one will ever question this.
Yeah.
And from the direct reactions yesterday, you've seen that it's
You know,
quite nice.
I think the big boldness in it that makes this effect just awesome. It's
Yeah.
just, you know, you can peek whatever you want. It doesn't matter how many times, because you have always a reason to come back to do something and peek again 2 or 3 times if you need. Of course, nobody need that much, but you know,
Yeah.
if you
just,
want.
it's just in case.
Yeah. Okay. So now we go back to the table and continue from there.
Right.
Okay, so guys, we are back at the table, and now Stefan will talk through us about the presentation part of the Hangman and the different revelations. So please, Stefan, just let's talk about this.
Yeah, well, this is sort of like a jazz mentalism for me, because it doesn't really matter how many revelations you have, and depending on the number of spectators on stage. So we used 4 last night, but you can also have 5 or 6, depending on how large your cards are. And well, just for 4, you usually use different kinds of revelations. So the idea is to keep this entertaining, and to not just to stand there and say, oh, think of your object, you're thinking of a mouse.
Yeah.
Because that would be boring in the second.
Yeah, and reveal it one after another,
Correct.
and you know, yeah.
So
It's much better that way.
what I do is I try to distribute all the revelations throughout the show. So as you remember, I had the final revelation to the very end, after the actual end of the show, just as an afterthought. I say, oh, think of your object, and I reveal the final one. This was the third one of the spectator that I set back into the audience. It feels a little bit awkward when you do this on stage, but it will be forgotten afterwards.
Yeah.
But if you play it kind and nicely,
and the reward for
sorry.
this and the end is just great.
Yes.
So it's worthwhile to do it.
Yeah, and the time delay you have between peeking the information and getting the information and revealing it to the person that actually yesterday he said to the very back of the theater, so there's no connection, no physical connection, and then revealing this thought of word is just priceless. So the first thing is just code reading, as I said before, until I get the first no, then I peek the first and second word.
Yeah.
And
okay, but we have to tell you, you don't need any, you don't require any code reading skills. Basically, you just ask different questions, and in your mind you are just waiting for the first no to go and get the peek. So this is what you need to do, nothing more.
Yes, but if you think about, you should of course ask questions that are that most probably will be
of course.
Words
So
by man or women. So
so if you are into code reading, it's a perfect place to use it. If you don't learn code reading at all, don't need to be scary. You just ask questions if you would play Hangman.
Right.
That's all.
Right.
It's a good way to practice.
Yeah, so it's a good way to practice Hangman.
So, so when you get your first no, you get your first peek, you reveal the first word. Then I would have two persons step forward. The second, third one is set back to his seat, and I would reveal the second one. So, and again, whenever I forget the word, I just get the next no and go back to the flip chart to get the peek again. And the final word is revealed by a bum reading, which is a technique I've devised, which is very strange, but usually works. It even works better if you have a woman on stage, of course. And the idea is to make this more interactive, to make this play huge, and I don't want to just reveal the word. This is why I use a kind of sort of drawing duplication for this effect. This is why the people were asked to think of something that they could draw if they were asked to.
Yeah, sure.
So right at the beginning, before the show even starts, there's this music, and you hear my voice asking them to think of a word. And so that basically they are thinking of something that they can draw somehow. And I know that last word yesterday was piano.
Yeah.
I have no idea how I was to draw a piano, and the guy actually did quite well. So his drawing did not resemble mine, and I thought so. I thought maybe he might draw this, and I just drew the keys, and I actually wrote piano, so the people were absolutely sure what it was.
In a situation like this, it's always a good idea to write down what you would want it to draw, just to making sure that the audience not going to sit like this and it's not the same. Of course, it's the same, just from different perspective. And that's all. Yeah,
I mean, as long as you're talking mentalism, it's always good if it's not exactly the same.
Yeah, of course.
And this is good.
Makes it more feels real.
Yeah. And if you just peek a drawing, you're almost bound to replicate that drawing almost one-to-one in that it looks exactly the same, and this is not good.
I think even subconsciously you will write this or draw the same thing.
Correct. And if I only know the word, many people will draw things differently, and this is why this looks also very strong. Yeah, although they not resemble that much. If it had been a tree, I wouldn't have written the word onto the cardboard. Yeah. So I also have some music. This is like this calypso music to make it more lightheartedly. Yeah. And basically this is what I do to bring this effect to an end. Usually, and this was very strange last night, before I do the bum reading, I have the spectator or the girl take the dummy envelope, which they're still holding out of their pocket, and place it into mine. So I have it back.
This is how you normally perform
it. How I normally perform it. Yeah. Yesterday I just forgot. I was wondering, the magicians watching the DVD and not watching the explanations were thinking, oh my God, how did he do that? Didn't he switch the envelope at all? Why does he leave it with the audience? But it was just a mistake. And the good thing is the spectator didn't even notice. He was absolutely sure that he was holding the sealed envelope with his writing on it.
Yeah.
And after the show, I just came up to him. I thanked him for helping out and asked him if he still had the envelope. And he
and just
himself,
ask him back.
and he already had forgotten about it. So
Of
this
course.
is the best outcome, obviously. So if you, as long as you don't forget to come up to the person, ask for the envelope later on, nothing can happen.
Nothing can happen. Yeah.
So this is what went on yesterday. There are different revelations that are used from time to time, depending on the situation and on the people that are in the audience.
Yeah, you know, this is a typical routine where you can use your creativity. There are 4 or 5 or 6 things that you can reveal. So you know,
just don't
just
be
use it in
bored.
your own way.
Yeah. What I also like is something that is called what I call is the anticipated effect, which is sounds very strange. It just means that in their mind, the audience already draws the conclusion how the effect will end. Let me show you what I mean. Sometimes, let's imagine you're thinking of a house, for example.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So I pick the information, you're thinking of a house, and what I would do is I check the cardboard and say, think of your word. Okay, good. Now, please tell us, what word are you thinking of?
It's a house.
It's a house. If you're not thinking of Ipfit,
Not really.
Not really.
It's not that close.
well, it's,
so-
always, it's pretty close, isn't it? It's not. Oh, I know what has happened. Sometimes my mind starts moving too fast. Sometimes, if you have a magician, it's always, in the audience, it's always nice to say, sometimes I'm just one ahead. and tell you what I mean. You see, the I is the next letter in the alphabet after the H. And the P is one ahead to the O. And the V is one ahead to the U.
Yeah.
And these. So this would spell house.
It's a house.
And after the first 2 or 3 letters, the audience will know where this
Yeah,
whole
of
thing is
course.
going. This is what I mean by the anticipated effect, because you
Yeah.
build up the tension instead of just revealing the word, which would be just okay, you just knew it. Would be they anticipate how it will end, and after the first 1 or 2 letters, you will get a reaction from the audience. They start talking, saying, "Oh no,
Yeah.
this cannot be." And this is something you want to have. This is what I call the anticipated effect. And whenever I can, I incorporate
Yeah,
something.
that's
like
great.
this. So just go ahead, find your own ways of revealing your information, just as long as you don't appear boring. And that's Hangman.
The next effect called key to your card, which is Stefan's Eken effect. So please explain it us.
Yeah, this is my contribution to the burglar's effect, the any card and any number plot. While basically it's not just any card at any number, it is 1 of 4 cards at any number, which more or less tells the secret. But to the audience, I think this is one of the cleanest versions of the any card at any number effect, because it's very you don't really, it's completely hands off. You don't need to touch anything if you don't want to. Sometimes I do, because I have to guide the spectators a little bit, but actually you just have this beautiful box. And the idea to this effect also came with this box, because I somehow found this in a shop, in a store, and thought, oh, it would be nice to include this into a magic effect. So let me just place this aside for the second. What you need is, first of all, a regular Alcoran deck, forcing deck, which consists of 4 cards. 4 different force cards with an indifferent card interlaced. So it would look like this. So from the top, I have 4 force cards consisting of the 4 different suits. That's very important for the effect. So the first card would be the 4 of diamonds. The second force card is the 8 of spades. The third card is the king of hearts, and the final force card is the 10 of clubs.
Yeah.
That's it. And then in between there's just
an
another
indifferent
card,
card.
a different card, and then the whole sequence starts over again.
Yeah, so,
So
one
that-
force card, one indifferent card, one
Correct.
force card, and this just go over again and again
Until the
in
very
the
end.
in the same row.
Yeah, just make sure that it's no force card at the bottom. So
yeah.
if you show the bottom, it has to
Okay.
be a different card. The idea is that it takes 8 cards for the same card to appear again. And usually, if you perform this and put the spectators under pressure, they will most probably stop after 5, 6, 7
Yeah.
cards. So there's no need to go any further, but you can actually go until the 45th or 51st card, just in case, but you never do. What I sometimes do is I have 4 or 5 indifferent cards at the top of the deck, right there.
Yeah.
So when you start explaining that, please take the deck and deal the cards face up into my hand,
They all appear
I'm
different.
still talking. They're all different, and I'm still talking because
Yeah,
they don't,
so
they don't know
they
what
don't have a
to
chance
do.
to stop.
Yes, so they don't have a chance to stop, and only after the indifferent cards have been there, they say, and whenever you like, just tell him to stop. And so this is where you can actually see these 8 cards plus 5 or 6 indifferent cards before the first repetition appears. But usually I don't do this, but you can if you like, to make it even more impossible. So the idea is you have this forcing deck and you need to force one of the 4 cards. Again, I would like you to play the girl. You saw.
I'm getting used to
Yes, yes, I think so. So here's the deck of cards,
Yeah.
and I need you to choose a card. Now, if I would say, and this is again the psychological thing that motivates the use of the deck, if I just would say to you, just name any card, you would probably go for the Ace of Spades, because that's what more than 60% of the men usually say. The next most probable choice would be the Queen of Diamonds, or the Queen of Hearts in this case. So we would like to keep this totally random.
Yeah.
Yes. And we let fate decide, or even better, your wife.
Oh,
Good. Now take the top card, please turn it over and place it into my palm. So this is designed to be a stand-up effect. Okay. And the next one, please. And the next one. And you're going to continue like this until Maria says stop.
Stop.
Stop. And I don't look at the cards, because now this would be the next force card.
yeah.
Right. So I don't say you stopped here or you stopped here. I just turn over to her and say, are you happy, or would you like him to deal 1, 2, 3 more cards? It doesn't really matter.
Let's deal 2 more cards.
Deal 2 more cards. It's 1, 2. Now I know this is the next force card. You're happy now?
Yes, I
Good.
am.
So no one can know this card, right?
Yeah.
Take a look at it. What is it? We can all see it. No, it doesn't matter. It's the 4 of diamonds. So this would be one of the 4 cards, force cards. Place it back, please. So just in case we had stopped here, it would have been this card that is the force card. So as long as there's an indifferent card visible, it's the next card, or it would either be the one you stopped at. And then I could say, you're happy now? Okay, so you stopped exactly at the 10 of clubs.
Yeah.
So it's these 2 outcomes that are possible, so there's nothing to... Either way, you'll end up with one of the 4 force cards.
Yeah.
And I ask you and all the audience to remember this for a second. So it was, in the first place, it was the 4
of diamonds.
So remember the 4 of diamonds, and while I ask them to do this, I just grab the deck and place it aside in my pocket, because I don't need this
The
anymore.
force cards are always in an odd place, right? Or the even place?
Yeah, they're in an odd place.
Okay, so if you just want to remember it, in that case, if they stop in an odd number, that's a force card. If they stop in an even number, that's an indifferent card. Okay.
What you could always do, you could color the tiny dot, which
in
is
the
usually
middle,
white.
yeah.
You can color it red if you're using red backed deck.
Yeah.
So you know if you're looking at a force card. So if the dot is
That's
visible,
another
you know
option.
that's a
Yeah.
force card. That's another option.
Great. Just to make it easier for you.
Yeah, but I am able to remember 4 cards, so I use it. Good. Now you have one spectator thinking of one of the 4 force cards. And now we have the number selection, which is always nice because it's good to play out. I ask her to visualize a goldfish bowl and full of ping pong balls, and she is to grab one and look at the number that's printed onto these balls and throw one in again. And last night you saw that she actually took one and looked at it while having her eyes closed. It's very, very nice. And this choice is absolutely free. It doesn't matter which number you choose. So let's say it's 10, right? So it's 10. Are you happy with 10, or would you like her to take another ball?
No, I'm absolutely happy with
So you're happy with 10, very good. So please do remember, you can open your eyes now, remember 10. So we have a card, which was the 4 of diamonds, and 10, good. Now what I want you to do is go to the chest. And here is what is inside the chest, because to the audience it appears that the lady is just asked to go there and take out what's inside. Actually, there's 4 things inside, which are 4 different decks of cards, which are able to produce the selected card at the required position. As easy as that. The first deck would show the 10 of clubs.
Yeah.
And every second card is just a 10 of clubs.
Yeah.
So it consists of 52 cards, with every second card being the 10 of clubs. And the 53rd card, the top card, would be a joker. That's important. And each and every pack is arranged exactly the same way. So here you have a joker on top, 52 cards plus the joker, 53 cards with the.
So in this 4 deck,
eight
the force cards are always at the even number.
They're always at an even number. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to do anything if you'd stick with the 10.
Yeah.
So. And I just grab this again. Okay. And now you just ask the spectator to take out the respective container. This is why I have 4 different containers here. So this would go here, and this would go here, and all the other decks are arranged accordingly. Now, I need to remember which container contains which pack of cards.
Yeah, sure.
So, first of all, I think of the heart. This would be the deck containing the King of Hearts. The King of Hearts is precious. The heart is precious. It's red. And this is why I keep it in this precious red bag,
Yeah.
which is like... Well,
It's a red velvet bag.
It's a red velvet bag. It looks good. It feels good. So this would contain the hearts. Now the spades resemble the hearts somehow, as far as the shape is concerned. This is why I keep it in a similar container, but only a black one. So this would contain the spades, the 8 of spades in this case. Then the 2 other suits are arranged accordingly, but just placed into an envelope. The black envelope would obviously contain the clubs, the 10 of clubs, and the 4 of diamonds would be inside of this red envelope. So as soon as I hear or I see the card selected by the spectator, I immediately know which container to ask the lady to take out.
Yeah.
And inside the box, they are arranged like this. And just because it's dark and the people are looking from behind, so they're looking directly into the spotlight, I need to place the red ones that are more flashy to the back of the box. And the backs would go here and here and here. So you can see, even if it's quite dark, that the blacks are in front of it. And what I do is I just have this standing to the back of the backdrop, so the back of the stage, and ask the lady to now, your task is to just move behind the chair, open the lid, and you will see a red envelope, a red paper envelope inside. Can you see the paper envelope? And she says, yes, sir, take it out, please, and close the lid again. And that's all you do.
Yeah.
And you're ready to go. So she would do this, she would take out the paper envelope. I don't mention that there's anything else inside. She comes back towards us, and you're ready to reveal. Any questions so far?
No.
Good.
You just said at the start that you can perform it hands off.
Yeah.
I think it's worth mentioning if you can perform it hands off or not. It only depends if your spectator can easily deal some cards.
Correct.
If you see that your spectator can deal the number of cards, you can perform it hands off. If you see that they will drop off or anything like that, you have to do it for yourself, but I think normally it shouldn't happen.
No.
So basically this effect is always hands off.
Correct. Now we keep this example with the 4 of diamonds,
4 of diamonds,
right?
yes.
And I ask the lady to take out what's inside. Please do this. Very good. It's a deck of cards. Who would have thought that? And please take out all the cards. Make sure the order does not get disturbed. Make sure you take all out very carefully. Very good. Now hold them in your hand like this, very good. And I would like you to take the top card face down and place it into my palm. And I hold the palm a little bit lower than her because I don't want the people to be able to see beneath, because they will see the repetition of the cards. Now, as this is an even number, it was a 10 that was selected, and I know that every second card is the fourth card. It's perfect, it makes perfect sense. So the second card would be, and the 10th card obviously would also be the 4 of diamonds. If you happen to pick an odd card, or an odd number, you would have to remove the top card. And this is done on the fly by just saying, okay, before we start, usually there's a joker on top, we don't need this one. We need exactly 52 cards for this effect, and just put this in my pocket. And you're ready to go, because now every odd number holds the fourth card. But you had an even number.
So basically that will cause that always the card that we're looking for will end up in your hand.
On her hand.
On her other hand,
Yeah. So what I do is we just move through quickly, just count down to the 10th card with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop. This is the 10th card, correct? Just hold this against your chest. Don't look at it yet. Now, this was the 9th card, right? Had you stopped at 9, you would have ended up with the 10 of clubs. This card would have been the 7 of diamonds, but you chose the 10th card, and you are thinking of a card, right?
Yeah.
Which is the
4 of diamonds.
4 of diamonds. Take a look. And it's the 4 of diamonds.
And it's the 4 of diamonds.
It's that easy. And I really like it, because you're clean and the setup is easy. And now just to address the question that is bound to come, what if people talk about this later on, don't they see the 4 different containers inside? I've never ever had a problem with this, because if they try to backtrack how it was done, they first of all they think and they are really sure that you had a completely free choice of cards. The deck of cards that was in play right at the beginning is completely forgotten. So it would have been 52 cards, and you had the choice of 52 positions. So even if there were 52 decks of playing cards inside of this box, it wouldn't explain it wouldn't explain it. But there are ways to get around this if you just feel unsure and uncertain and don't want to do it that way. I've talked to many magicians and many friends. They had the idea, if you are doing this not as a piece of mentalism, but in a magic show, you can just use your ordinary box where you keep your props. So you can have these containers inside, but also something that does not look like a container. You could have sponge balls there and a piece of rope, and maybe during your act go to this box and produce your props from there, do something and place them back in, and then you just ask a lady to take the red envelope. That would be one way to get around this idea that there's something else inside of this box.
Yeah, you never ever said that there is only one thing in that box.
I never say this, no.
Yeah.
I just say the main story is based around my grandfather who died, and we found the grandfather's chest. And I say there's nothing special inside. This is also very important, because it's not a huge secret. It's just a deck of cards, so there's nothing special inside. But I never say how many items are inside.
So for example, if you just put inside a few belonging things, like a photo of a grandfather, or maybe a necklace, or maybe anything that you will use 10 minutes later on earlier in your act, you know, there is no way for the spectator to think that anything weird happens there.
Correct.
You just go there, you ask them to take out the red envelope or the black velvet bag, or doesn't matter, maybe with the photograph of your grandfather, if you want to perform it that way, and that's all.
Yeah.
There's nothing suspicious about it.
Great. And you could even use old-fashioned cards.
Old-fashioned cards,
to make this even more.
If you want to make it more authentic or more serious, you can use aged objects.
Yeah, so everything is possible, but that's the bare bones.
That's how you would like to perform.
Yeah, right. So this is the key to your card. I've already produced this as a separate effect. It was an ebook. In Germany it also appeared as a booklet, a printed booklet. And well, basically people always ask me if I could show them a performance of this effect, how I really do this. And this is the case with Mentalities now. And I hope I was able to go a little bit into detail how this all fell into
Or
place.
give some additional ideas about it.
Yes.
So that was key to your card.
I hope you like it.